apocalypse, and then the only people with baseball bats and rakes gonna survive, because you ever notice it get chopped at the top of a mall, and they always stay inside the mall with all that food and the zombies be around them and stuff. That's what they say voodoo is. Now, obviously that's not true, as you can see my sister laughing. Voodoo just means one thing, it means to pray and leave offerings. It means prayer. But it's how we conduct the prayer that made the slave owner scared of us. The way we do our prayer is not in his Catholic Bible. One of the most popular beliefs back in the 17 and the 1800s all the way up to 2022. You're not Catholic, you're a devil worshiper, and the devil gonna grant you black magic. Are you shamanistic like the Native Americans? You're a devil worshiper. Are you Protestant? You know, Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, devil worshiper. They truly believed that Roman Catholicism was the only true religion, not denomination, religion in the whole world. You ain't Catholic, you're going straight to hell with gasoline underwear on. Now, one of the laws of the Black Code says that all slaves, and remember that's us, I mean it's all slaves, must be Roman Catholic. We have no idea what those words mean. We don't? No. Mom ain't teach this family Roman Catholicism. This gorgeous lady taught this family Voodoo. We worship God, and we worship God proudly. That's what she taught me. Now the slave owner, he got the document, the Black Code, the list of laws I was telling you about. He looking at it, he like, wait a minute, hold on. They said I got to convert these slaves to Catholicism. I don't know how to do that. So he did it the best way he knew how. He brought us together in the French Quarter. Do you know what he tell us? Look here, slaves. All these gods and these goddesses that y'all worship don't exist. What's wrong with y'all? Ain't no such thing as gods and goddesses. There's only one God, one God. And the name of that God? God. We should be confused right now, right? How many gods do we worship in this family? One. What's the name of that one God?
God.
For real, sis, it's the same thing. Shit, got me grabbing my pearls, dude. Look at the slave owner, was like, bruh. You want to worship one God and his name is God? You know, that's what she taught me growing up. That's the same thing. We've been doing that for thousands of years. We've been doing that 6,000 years older before you knew what the word Christian was. Oh, Shaq. Okay. Then he said, you need to know about the saints. Oh, I never heard that word before. What are these saints? Guess what he said? Saints are regular folks born and raised down here on earth in the biblical days. Some of these people born before that time, some of these people born after that time, some of these people have always existed. But because of the good deeds and the miracles they perform in the name of God. When they died, God elevated them to that middle position above man but below God, known as saint. Patted them on the back and said, oh, you did a marvelous job down there on earth. Here's a spiritual job in a spiritual domain. Now man pray to the saints for they pray to God. Mom, that's the Loa and the Orisha. That's the same thing. Shaq. Okay. Then he said, you need to know the names of the saints. Oh, maybe there's a difference there. Come on, man, tell us the names. He said, you need to know about Saint Mary. Who? He said Saint Mary is the mother of Jesus. Jesus is part of the Holy Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. They all make one. Pray to Saint Mary should demand that God as your prayers. We're confused. Sounds like our African Ocean Orisha. Her name, Yemeya. If you speak Spanish, Yemoja or Lasarin, from where we come from. Yemeya is also the mother of God, the mother of creation, the mother of the ocean, the mother of man, the mother of dreams, the mother of everything. Pray to Yemeya,
and the mother of God,
and also Mama.
That's why he's a blue.
That's all it's blue. That's my mind. And pray to Yemeya, she demand that God is your prayers. Check. Last one. He said, you didn't know about St. Peter. Now, hang on. How many of y'all seen that TV show American Horror Story Coven? You seen it? You seen it too, cousin? All right, y'all correct me if I'm wrong about this one. You're going to love this because this involves Haiti. Who is St. Peter? He said St. Peter stands at the gates of heaven. He carries keys right here. Sometimes it pictures having a cane. But whenever you die, you cannot enter the gates of heaven without going through St. Peter himself. We're confused. Sounds like our African Haitian Loa. His name, Papa Legba. Y'all remember him? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Listen to this. They turned him into a baby-eating, cocaine-snorting Jamaican with a white face, glowing red eyes, and dreadlocks. Am I wrong? Long fingernails, snorting cocaine, and had a very thick Jamaican accent, and he's, oh, you're brought that good stuff. Like that there? Can I just say, don't get us Haitians confused with the Jamaicans? We come from two different islands. Can we just start there? Okay. I just want to say that, okay? I told you. I told both of y'all, yeah. Like,
interchangeable.
We are not, like, we cousins, and, you know, we all Caribbean, but we come from two different islands. And Papa Legba in real life is a very old, kind-hearted, warm-hearted, Haitian African man. The man's so old, he's crippled. All his fingers are curled up like this, his neck turned to the side, and he carries a cane. He carries keys right here, and he stands at the gates of freedom. He loves his children. You ever seen a grandfather with the grandbabies? You know how granddaddy always letting the grandchildren just get away with murder. The grandchildren can do no harm, and granddaddy's... Did I call you out right then? I think I just called him out. Yeah, I did. I called him out. Anyway, Legba loves eating lots of chocolates, like sweets and like the butterscotch and the peppermints. And most importantly, he's not no cocaine like y'all seen on TV. His drug of choice is what all of us in Southern Louisiana and the Caribbean love the most. Rum! And not that nasty ass Malibu y'all keep drinking when y'all come down here to visit us. Malibu is the devil's saliva. That's the devil's spit. Stop drinking it. That's not real rum. You're gonna say you Jamaican rum and at the bottom of the bottle say made in Chicago. Stop listening to these people in this country. Anyway, Legba stays at the gates of freedom. Whenever you die, you cannot enter those gates without going through Legba himself. That's enough. Y'all all see how easy it was for us in this family to convert to Roman Catholicism, and the slave owner believe we converted. It's 2022. Ta-da! We still ain't converted.
Come on.
But y'all keep seeing all this Roman Catholicism over there in the fake and the real voodoo shops. You'll see statues of St. Mary, St. Anthony, St. Barbara, St. Peter. And you're probably thinking to yourself, hang on, this is an African religion. Why they got Christian saints in here? There's a reason why. It involves mom and all of us men in the family. Mom, you had all of us men hand carve a giant wooden statue that looks exactly like the Christian St. Mary. It looks just like St. Mary praying. Then you had us place it right there in the slave cabin window. So when a slave owner walking past, what did he see? Mom making us kneel down and pray in front of that statue to St. Mary and leave bowls of fruits and nuts and berries. So when the slave owner looks up and sees it, he's like, oh, the slaves have converted to Roman Catholicism. Look, they made a statue of St. Mary and they're praying to her. I'm a good slave owner. Y'all wanna know why he's celebrating? Slave owner believes that when a slave dies, they become enslaved to the slave owner in heaven. That's why he's celebrating. For those of you who like to tell black people we need to get over it,
come on.
There's my moment. Now,
Okay.
here's what's actually going on. Mom, you teaching all the ladies how to teach the children how to hand carve tiny statuettes about this big. They've been placed behind that giant statue of St. Mary on the ground out of the slave owner's view. They look exactly like the African ocean spirit, Yemaya. Y'all, we're not praying to St. Mary. We don't know who the woman is. We're praying to Yemaya, but we got to make it seem like we're praying to St. Mary. So synchronization, my foot. You know in the history books they tell y'all we synchronize Roman Catholicism? That's what we want y'all to believe. We're actually using Roman Catholicism as a face to hide the fact that we're praying to our African spirit. A ruse we still do today. Because the black code said if your slaves are not converted to Roman Catholicism, hang them from a tree, weight their body down with bricks and stones, and toss their dead bodies into the Mississippi River. If it was a black woman and she had children, they hung her children first while she watched. They made her pick up her own babies, take them to the river, throw those children in the river, and then they hung that mother from the same spot that she saw her children hanging from and tossed her back into the river. For those of you, again, who like to tell black people we need to get over it, this is still happening today in Texas. Look it up if you don't believe me. Everybody got smartphones. That's another reason why we're going to do it over here, the voodoo ritual, on this side of the wall. We're not going to do it over there on that side of the wall. Over here. And that's going to bring us here to the Agoon tree. Take a look at the trunk of the tree. Look at all this money. Money everywhere. Y'all see it? Let me pull one of these coins out. Yeah, they're everywhere. Each one of these coins that y'all see in this tree is a prayer that one of my family members have. My family pray out here every single day. I actually pray here every day, normally around the same time. We believe you cannot reach the Loa or the Orisha, which are those elevated spirits, without going through your Egun, your ancestors first. Because everybody here is a living product of your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents. So the tradition is, you take the coin, you say the prayer of what you want. I want one of these delicious straight dudes to take me on a sushi date after this tour.
Okay.
Once you say the prayer, you put the coin inside the tree. And we believe the ancestors will then take the prayers up to God. Now below is where y'all find the offerings to the Loa and the Orisha. We need to talk about who these oranges belong to. These belong to Ashe. This is one of her mothers. This is Oshun. In Haiti, her name is Freda. Azili Freda. Azili Freda? You don't? Who can say?
We'll talk offline.
No, you can't do that. He said we're gonna talk offline. No. Well, she's important though in Haiti because she was a river spirit in West Africa of Dahomey. Oshun is the spirit of love, drumming, and dance, and also love and beauty. The Mississippi River is a 10-minute walk in that direction right there, so obviously she's very important and significant to us. We leave her oranges, pineapple. We also leave her honey. She takes the most expensive. Let me talk. Okay, here we go. You ever met a bougie woman before? Want the most expensive champagne, feet don't want to touch the ground because it's too dirty. Hair gotta always be on point, makeup gotta always be on point. You better have the right thread count on the sheet, otherwise you're not gonna lay down on that sheet. And you better have a silk pillow because satin is the fabric of the poor people. Now I literally just quoted my mom, just so y'all know. Just so y'all know, that's my mama. She's one of the most bougie women I've ever met. Oshun is very organized. Oshun is very organized. So if you have disruptions in your life, you can definitely pray to Oshun to organize yourself. She has a sister who she does not get along in my specific tradition of plantation voodoo. Her name is Oya. In Haiti, her name is Met Azili Danto. She's the spirit of the hurricane. You know what I'm saying? Always praying to her, Mama, stay in the Gulf. Don't go, no, just stay out there in the Gulf, and then just, you know, go to sleep and don't wake up ever again. But obviously she don't listen to us. She ended up going to
50 tornadoes since Tuesday.
Since Tuesday?
Since Tuesday.
Yeah, she don't play, y'all. Oya also carries 2 daggers. She also carries a fly whisk. Sometimes she carries a machete. Y'all see where I'm going with this? She ain't no bouginess, ain't no bougie there. But she's said to be the most beautiful Orisha. That's why her and her sister don't get along, because Oshun is the spirit of love and beauty, but her sister is said to be the most beautiful. So those two are always butting heads. They walk with a spirit by the name of Papa Shango, who's represented by the pomegranate. We also live in plantains. There were apples out here. Shango is the spirit of thunder and lightning. He's also the spirit of prosperity, abundance. African king surrounded by silver and gold, kind of bougie man. Now, Shango is significant because he walks with Oya and Oshun. Do y'all notice the pomegranate has been bust open, and then you got the plantains that have been eaten on a little bit? That's because Jeffrey, the squirrel that lives in that hole right there, his wife Jane, they on their 7th litter now. So, Jeffrey been coming down here, and the babies, the children that are grown, been running around over here making their own babies now. So we're gonna have a voodoo squirrel paradise sooner or later. But Jeffrey been coming down here taking the fruit up there to her. Y'all familiar with squirrel people? If a female squirrel is not being provided by the male squirrel, she would turn cannibalistic and eat the male squirrel, starting with that body part first. You gotta watch her. So Jeffrey been very diligent about coming down here taking that fruit up there to her so she can make the milk.
And he can see another day.
And he can see it and save his actual personal nuts.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Now it's time for y'all to do a little practicing of your own. If you have any coins, you don't have a choice, by the way. If you have any coins, any pennies, nickels, or dimes, and you would like to say a prayer to your own individual ancestor, your egun, you can do so.
Do y'all need coins?
If you don't have a coin, we throw money on the ground so y'all can pick it up and say your prayer. It's not sacrilegious to pick a coin up off the ground. If you have Native American ancestry on this tour, you do not have a choice. You have to do this. If you have Asian ancestry on this tour, you don't have a choice. This is your birthright. Your people were enslaved here in the French Quarter. If you have Italian or Irish ancestry, you do not have a choice. Your people were enslaved here. You have to do this. You already know about Africa. I ain't gotta tell you about that. Once you're done saying your prayer, just meet me right here, and I'll be able to answer y'all questions. And I also want to give my sister some space with what she needs to do with her people too as well. And if y'all have any questions, you know, you can ask me and you can ask her. Either way, welcome. Regardless. Oui, pas bien. All right. Then, où parlez créole?